Hi everybody, Greg Rust with you for another edition of Catching Up with the Kiwis. In recent episodes here on the Motorsport New Zealand Facebook page and website, we've been heading all over the world to catch up with the likes of Scott McLaughlin and more. Today we're going to focus on Kiwi shores, the land of the long white cloud, and we're going to take you to the South Island and catch up with a guy who's done some incredible things in the World Rally Championship and has also been pioneering a brand new electric phase of rallying, which is really exciting. Hi, Hayden, Paddon, g'day.
Yeah, hey Greg, how's things?
It's nice to see you. We caught up with each other, of course, at Jack's Ridge. Let's begin with that. The Battle of Jack's Ridge was a great concept. You were clearly the favourite. Sadly, the day didn't pan out as we thought it might for you.
It was an awesome event and really enjoyed it actually, despite how it ended. From a partner's point of view, you've either got to win it or bin it. So we still completed that, if you like. But no, it's an awesome concept and made for great TV, great spectator viewing, and hopefully back on the calendar again next year.
Gee, you were busy, not just from a competitor standpoint, but from a business/customer standpoint, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a busy old weekend. To be fair, the 3 months prior to that was just a bit of a blur, obviously with what was going on with the EV car and the build-up, and then, of course, the rally weekend. And we had the rally the day before, and then the team and we're all very busy overnight doing the conversion to the car and then running the car. So I think we're all quite sleep deprived come Sunday, and then come Monday after the event, I think we're all quite keen just to head home and try and recharge the batteries again.
That's worth expanding on a little bit because you dominated the City of Auckland rally. A two-part question here. The first, the want from constituents to get back to some rallying was huge, wasn't it? Did you enjoy that event? And given the time that had elapsed for most people, I mean, the way you performed was exceptional, mate. Well done.
Yeah, obviously rallying's a core and where the heart is at for us. And actually, not since I was 15 has it been a year since I've done a rally. So and obviously
Wow.
in the same boat, but that's going back 18 years since it's been so long between events. So it was just good to get back in the season, the proper rally environment, and hear the co-driver and the pace notes and all those challenges that we're used to in that part of the sport. So that really loved that, and sort of, I guess, whet the appetite a little bit to try and get back into it a bit more, and hopefully there's a lot more rallies come 2021.
Good. We'll talk about that in more detail shortly. Firstly, the layout, though, that the Hawkswood family came up with was, for the rally sprint, tailor-made for television, for fans to come and enjoy it. We hope, Hayden, and I'll get your thoughts on this, that it's just the first step in what will be a really good event.
Yeah, I think it was a huge success, really. Obviously the effort the Hawkswood family put in to provide the venue and all the work they'd been doing, but also from a Rally New Zealand point of view with the promotion of the event, they put a lot of effort and a lot of work behind the scenes. And for sure, it was not an event that made anyone any money, but it was an event that was driven by passion from the organisers to the host to whoever was involved. So for sure, it'd be great to see that grow and grow. And cool location, cool place. From a driver's perspective, you probably wouldn't say it's a driver's road, but I think
Okay.
I think it was actually perfect for that type of event because it made for great TV. You had a few holes that were causing dramas and kicking cars off, and it made it unpredictable. And that's from an entertainment point of view. And we're in the business of entertainment. I think it was spot on.
Talked before about the workload for the team in the weeks leading up to it, in months really. But on the night of the transition between City of Auckland Rally to the Battle of Jack's Ridge, how much work did you have to do?
Yeah, it was more than we predicted, actually. It's always the case. So when we made the decision that we were going to do that, we thought we might be able to get the job done by midnight. But throughout the night, there was lots of little niggles and things going wrong. And I gave up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I then sleeping in the truck outside there, and then got the knock on the truck at 4:30. So 3.5 hours sleep, and the boys had finished it at 4:30. Then I had to go out there and then go road test it, obviously make sure it was all working okay. So that was happening at 5 o'clock. So yeah, I guess you could say the car was signed off at 5:30, and then after that, after driving down the road with 700 horsepower, I wasn't going back to sleep again. So it was a matter of starting to set up the service area and get into it from 7 o'clock.
Wow, that's massive, absolutely massive. And to add to that, the immediate weeks preceding had a huge amount of media for you with the launch of this electric phase, which will get you to talk about. Even at the event itself, you took Sky host Stephen McIver for a run in the car. Tell us about the car, where the idea first emerged from. The world is going electric, Hayden, with so many different forms of motorsport and automotive generally, but to help shine a light from a rallying perspective on this pathway. When did you first sort of start on this mission?
Well, the idea first got pitched to me back in 2017 on a phone call, just as a random idea, which I initially laughed at. I'm a true petrol head, and like everyone else involved in the sport, but something about the idea really stuck with me. And once I started speaking with potential commercial partners over the course of 12 months, and really seeing from a commercial point of view how people's ears perked up, and all of a sudden it was just a completely different discussion. It got me thinking on the commercial side initially in that first 12 months, but then through 2018, we could see already then Formula E was developing very, very quickly. We were starting to see a lot more alternative energy cars come on the car market, and it was happening way quicker than anyone expected. And
Yes.
I guess we could see the WRC was almost resting a little bit on their laurels, and they had a great 2017, 2018 with the new generation cars. The sport was at its highest point, but they were sort of sitting there patting themselves on the back and not actually thinking about the next step. And because of that, I think now they've almost starting to lose that opportunity again. But then, of course, once things were going a little bit haywire with what was going on for us over in the WRC, just got me thinking, look, I've got so much more to give. I'm not going to go down like that. And, it really lit a fire inside to come back and go, no, we need to actually do something now with a Kiwi team, do it our way, do it a way that we can control, and go back and try and achieve our goals of still winning the World Championship. And then, again, merging all that together, you look, okay, in 5-10 years' time, how's that going to look? And of course, it will, whether we like it or not, involve EV, hybrid, hydrogen, whatever it's going to be. So there was an opportunity there for us now to get on that bandwagon early, try and create ourselves a bit of a way that people are going to remember us by, and I guess put our flag in the sand and go, hey, look, we're here, we mean business, and we're trying to lead the way. So that's the process we're going through now. And we're one of the first to be doing it in rallying, which is, I think, the most demanding sport to try and make this technology work in. So we've got our work cut out yet, but we've certainly we've made a good start to it.
It's very exciting. We'll talk more about the car build in a second. I just want to pick up on something you said, Hayden, if I can, please, because this is going on at an important point in your career. I mean, to have a Kiwi on the world stage in a factory team driving for Hyundai is huge, but this change in direction, if you like, happens. How difficult was that to deal with, and did you channel some of that energy into this project relatively quickly to keep to keep going?
Yeah, it was definitely tough, particularly because it was so unexpected when it came. We thought what we did, we had a contract, we had a deal for 2019 to get back in the car and continue what we were doing with Hyundai, and for it to be taken out from under our feet the way it was completely unexpected. So yeah, it took a little bit to adjust initially, but then I guess that's what lit the fire even brighter to go, well, no, I'm not going to say no, and I'm not going to go down like that, and we're going to do this on our terms. So yeah, that's what I guess driven me even probably quicker, and with more motivation behind me to make what we're doing here a success. But in saying that, like, we still haven't given up on the WRC. We're still getting a lot of phone calls every now and then of drive offers and WRC2 cars and bits and pieces, and it's quite a complicated situation because obviously we're very loyal and we're very lucky to have the Hyundai New Zealand relationship here, which makes it a bit tricky. So there's a real balance in that going on. Lots of things going on in the background still, but obviously focusing on things that we can control, which is our team, our projects, and that's I think where the future, where I'm going long term, lies at the moment.
So the base is there at Cromwell. It's a great facility that you've got at the Highlands circuit. How many people are involved, and how much work, if you can sort of summarise it, has gone into the build on this car? It's remarkable.
Yeah, obviously cool place here at Highlands. We've got the racetrack on our back doorstep and amazing facilities. And but yeah, we're a relatively small team. We're only 7 people, and it makes me feel bad that I'm probably one of the oldest in the team. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what sort of nature our team is. But very clever young guys, very passionate, motivated. When we started this project, I went out and headhunted the right people that I thought were going to help make this a success. And we basically started with a clean piece of paper. When you do that with an engineer, that's an engineer's dream. There's no such rules or regulations to follow at the moment. So we've just gone out and gone, let's build the best car we can, and then bring it back from there as required. But 10,000 hours from design, starting from scratch, all the way through the fabrication to the final product where we are now. And that's obviously only the first phase. Now the next phase of the development is probably going to be equally as busy, equally as time and financial commitments. So yeah, it's a big project. We're all very well aware of that, and we also know that we're putting our head above water somewhat. So we're we're open to a bit of criticism. That's what you're going to get with this type of technology. But hey, that's what happens when you want to, I guess, do something a little bit different and try and move forward with a little bit of change.
You said before you're a petrol head at heart, but has it even surprised you, the potential in this thing?
Hugely. I've been learning a lot throughout this process about the technology, and it's all very new to me when we started. But now that I've driven the car, it's immensely impressive. Like the performance, like I love cars, I love sound, and I love all the normal things that we all do. But most of all, I love going fast, and this already is going faster than our AP4 rally car, and we haven't even really gone into the development yet. So the way it works, the way you drive the car is all very, very different. And the whole sound element, which is the first thing everyone always says, which is a little bit of an excuse somewhat. If that's the reason why not to like a car, then I don't think it's enough of a reason. But in saying that, the sound I do appreciate is also very important in motorsport. So that's something that we're working on now to make sure this car is going to be as loud, if not louder, than the cars we've had in the past.
2020, crazy year for everybody. Really pleased to learn in the last 24 to 48 hours before you and I spoke in this chat about the fact that there is a plan for you to go across the ditch and do some rallying. I mean, I can recall working in a broadcast sense when the great Possum Bourne was doing battle with Neil Bates. I mean, this is going to see you go, I would imagine, head-to-head with the likes of Molly Taylor and the Bates brothers, Neil Bates' sons over there now, so Harry and Lewis. I mean, that's really exciting. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Just obviously, first and foremost, want to get out there and do as much driving as we can again. So we'll do a lot here in New Zealand again, and then of course the opportunities come up through Walker Motorsport in Australia to go over and drive their R5. So yeah, like obviously I grew up when I was a youngster, always watching seeing Possum win all those Australian Rally Championships and all those close battles with Neil Bates. It was always that real Kiwi-Aussie rivalry, and if we can bring back a little bit of that again, that'd be great. I think under no illusion that the local guys and girls over there are very fast, so it won't be straightforward for us, but looking forward to going over there and doing something a little bit different, a little bit new, and then it'd be great to even bring some of the Aussies back here and experience some of the New Zealand rallies as well.
Yeah, most definitely. To get that Trans-Tasman thing happening both ways would be super cool. To get some of those cars and competitors at least over here would be great. Can we get your thoughts, if we can, on the Academy? Motorsport New Zealand have been releasing details about the 2021 Academy. We tend to think of it as young racers that might be aspiring to go circuit racing. Maybe they have international single-seater ambitions and so on. But you've come through it from a rally perspective. It caters to more than that, Hayden, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was immense and very pivotal for me to go through that academy back in, I hate to say it, back in 2006, I think it was. So that's a long time ago. But yeah, like at that stage and very early in my career, it was hugely, it helped me a lot to learn all the different elements outside the car. And that's the biggest thing. It's taking you away on a week-long boot camp, if you like, and going through all the media, the nutrition, the training, the mental side of things, all things that when you're young and very early in your career that you don't give any consideration to. You just want to go drive a car. And this really opens your eyes to the whole big world of motorsport and what you've actually got to do to be that complete package. And it's not just about that week. It's just, as I say, it's introducing you to all these new things that you've never thought about before. And all of a sudden you go away with all these new ideas, all these things you've got to think about, the backup support the academy gives. And like I developed tenfold over the coming years because of that course, which has helped us get to where we are today.
So to young competitors that have rallying at heart and as something that they want to do for their future, make sure you go and check that out either on the Facebook page or website and get involved if you can. From your point of view, what are the rallying stocks like? And as you've got some young members of your team there now. You and I aren't the type to wear caps backwards, but I mean, are you keeping an eye on future stars in New Zealand rallying? And perhaps does that mentor side appeal?
Yeah, definitely. I've always enjoyed helping people out and do a bit from time to time where I can. And there's probably 2 or 3 young drivers that I'm sort of helping out quietly in the background at the moment. Won't go into too many details there right now because it's not fair. But yeah, there is some really good young talent in New Zealand at the moment. Still, the problem that there is with the rally side of things is there's still a massive gap between New Zealand Rally Championship and effectively the next step is Junior World Championship, and that gap to go from New Zealand to Europe, both financially, logistically, experience, event-wise, everything is still very big. So it's a matter of just trying to get the young guys here in New Zealand to a level that when an opportunity comes, such as a scholarship, FIA have got a new young rally driver Rising Stars scholarship that's coming out next year, which will hopefully run for several years. trying to get Kiwis at the right level that when those opportunities come, they can jump at it, make the most of it, and then hopefully have that lead into other things. So yeah, lots of good young drivers at the round at the moment, but we just have to keep being patient and wait for these other things to come along.
We would love to see someone get that opportunity in the years ahead. Mate, congratulations. It's a mixed year in many ways with the lack of competition, but the success at City of Auckland Rally, the drama I know at Jack's Ridge, but you were looking so mighty fast. And we're super excited, Hayden, about this whole new venture that you're doing, and we wish you well when you go compete in Australia next year too.
Awesome. Hey, thanks very much.
There he is, Hayden Paddon. We wish he and the team a safe and Merry Christmas there, and they've been putting in the long hours, that's for sure, at Cromwell, but it is paying dividends. That wraps up another episode of Catching Up with Kiwis here on the Motorsport New Zealand Facebook page. Don't forget, for all the latest news in relation to events, not just circuit racing, rallying, and a whole lot more, go to the website motorsport.org.nz. Bye for now.